Than a month out from Election Day, some Republican lawmakers fearing the party is losing ground ahead of the important midterms. Republicans in the House and Senate trying to win back majority power in both chambers and give President Biden tough hurdles through the rest of his term. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil live in Washington for us, detailing why the GOP is getting nervous now, Joe.
I do want to be clear, Republicans are still heavily favored to win the House, according to polls. And at this point, the Senate is still sort of a toss-up, anybody's game at this point. But Democrats had a very good summer and really closed the gap when it came to polling. So that's why Democrats feel they have momentum heading into these final days here in November. And as a result, a lot of races are much closer than first anticipated. Early voting begins tomorrow in Georgia, following Friday's exclusive debate seen only on NewsNation, and early voting continues in key battleground states like Arizona and Ohio, where in Youngstown, Republican J.D. Vance takes on Democrat Tim Ryan in a crucial debate, one that could decide the balance of the Senate. One Republican conceding to NewsNation his party's advantage in the polls took a hit this summer. Congressman Jim Comer of Kentucky acknowledging the Supreme Court decision overturning abortion rights, along with a string of Democratic policy wins in Congress, cut into the GOP's lead in the polls.
Well, it certainly had an impact with suburban women. There's no question about that. Every poll would show that.
But Comer's hoping voters' focus remains on the economy. The GOP sees frustration over inflation and high prices as their path to victory.
Crime is up, inflation is up. They realize that gas prices are going back up.
Comer says he thinks his party will finish strong in the final days of campaigning and will take back the House, but they'll have to overcome Democrats' summer momentum. What was once considered a foregone conclusion, Republicans taking back control of Congress, no longer a certainty. High-profile Senate races in Republican strongholds like Utah, Iowa, and Ohio, all now much closer than expected. In Ohio specifically, a state Trump won by 8 points, the Senate race is now neck and neck between Trump endorsee J.D. Vance and Democrat Tim Ryan. Many Democrats now believe they can keep the Senate blue and limit their losses in the House. Following the Georgia Senate debate, seen exclusively on NewsNation, a few more lie ahead. Tomorrow, in addition to Ohio, Utah voters will see the first debate between Republican Mike Lee and conservative independent Evan McMullin.
Joe Khalil, thank you for that report. And NewsNation is the exclusive network home of the Pennsylvania Senate debate, the only place you can watch Dr. Oz face off with John Fetterman. Coverage begins Tuesday, October 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Debate Night in America, live from Harrisburg.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.